Christopher Hitchens, the notorious atheist, whenever he was alive, he got throat cancer a few years ago, and he has passed away since. But Christopher Hitchens, he was one of the most known atheists in the whole world. He wrote the book God is Not Great, and he would debate Christians quite often. William Lane Craig and I think John Lennox. He debated several. Christopher Hitchens, he was very fond of saying, you know, he would liken God to a divine North Korean dictator. And he would quite often liken God to that in a way of mockery. He said he's like a dictator. He wants you to fear him and to obey him. Such distorted views of God are very common among those in whom do not actually know or read the Bible, because we read in a few chapters down the road about how the Lord says, this is what the Lord requires of thee, that you both fear and love him. And it is for our own good that we do this. This isn't just so God could immediately demand all atheists, everything just completely be in submission totally all the time, but he doesn't. Look at all the freedom that we have. It's so much freedom that atheists can blaspheme God 1,000,000 times a day during their entire lifetimes. That's how much freedom that they have. That freedom comes from God. But he doesn't do that because he's not like a North Korean dictator. The number one commandment is to love the Lord thy God. But fear and love go hand in hand. Let me explain. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Notice, it's for thy good. Notice what the verse says. Carefully pay attention. This is very important, my friends. What doth the Lord thy God require of thee? He goes on to tell us what he requires of us. Nothing further, Killendelich comment, nothing further than that thou fearest him, to walk in all his ways and to love him, and to serve him with all your heart and all your soul. The fear of God is to be united with the love of God. For love without fear makes men neglectful, and fear without love makes them servile and desperate. In other words, if you only love God and don't fear him, and I have met people that say that, well, I don't fear God. Well, then you don't truly know God. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But it's just like a child to a parent. If they only love their parent, but they don't fear them, then they'll eventually not respect them. There is this reverential fear that makes you honor those in whom are your caretakers, if you will. For love without fear makes men neglectful. You'll become careless of them and what they have to say and their wisdom and the good things that they can share with you. But fear without love, then you're just a scared servant all the time. And according, fear and love must go hand in hand.